to be aware of the manipulation tactics so you can warn other people about them. Because some people are asleep. They don't know about the law of vibration. They don't know about the 12 laws of the universe. They don't know about the esoteric knowledge that has been hidden from us for years. They don't know about the numbers and how each number has a specific vibration. They don't know about numerology, the astrology, how these numbers and our star signs affect our reality in so many different ways. We are living in a spiritual, psychological warfare battle. So if we don't protect ourselves spiritually, mentally, which means psychology, and learning how to show emotional intelligence, empathy, and compassion, we will forever be self-absorbed people that are caught up in a mix, that's in it for itself, not willing to give others anything. You know, we're living in a sense of survival mode, sense of scarcity, right? To the point where, no, it's only me. I'm the only one that's winning. There's not enough for everybody. But when in reality, there's enough for everybody. There's an abundance for everybody. We just got to share what we have been given. We have to serve other people with our gifts. Each and every one of us has a gift that we have to share, that we've been obligated to share by the gift of God Himself. What's up, everybody? I'm Jackie Terry. In this video, we're going to talk about mental deposits. And if you don't know what that is, mental deposits is insurance for your brain. See, we talk about mental health, but we never talk about all of the other health that we need to apply to ourselves to have full autonomy and power over ourselves. So we don't talk about the spiritual health, the brain health. You have to constantly apply the law of continuous learning and be able to continuously learn every day to keep your brain cognitively active. Because if not, you will go through a cognitive decline, which you will start to forget things, you will become lazy, you won't have any ambition. So the main thing is to apply the law of continuous learning so you could be able to learn something new every day and expose yourself to new information every day, valuable information that you want to learn about, develop a new skill, develop new habits that will change the way you used to think. Because the more we can better ourselves, the more we can become that future version of ourselves, that higher version of ourselves that we desire to be. But in order to do that, you have to apply the law of continuous learning. So with that being said, you have to apply mental deposits within your head, right? So the more I can expose myself to new information, new paradigms that I know that's going to be applicable to my success and my power, the more I can rewire and reverse engineer my brain structures. Because right now, when you learn something different, it causes emotion. And we all know that the brain learns more efficiently when you're excited about something, when you're emotionally involved, when you're emotionally attached. So if I'm learning something I'm excited about, and I'm like, wow, this is generally amazing, and I'm tapped in, I'm in the full flow state, I'm in that gamma state to the point where I'm soaking all this information up. I'm absorbing all this information into my brain structures, right? So now I'm excited. So what that is doing, it is exposing me to new information that I never even knew about and I'm excited about. So the next step is executing that knowledge. So you apply the law of experimentation, right? So you don't just read it. The moment you get done reading it, you do a full hypothesis. you execute that knowledge. You're like, okay, let me question this. Let me question this if this is actually right. So whether you're reading a book or you're listening to a YouTube influencer like me or anybody else around the world, you always want to question them, right? So it's your job to do the research. Our job is to get you pregnant with a thought so you can actually do the research and find out for yourself the main principles of what you want to learn. So you always want to apply these mental deposits in your head. And what I mean by mental deposits, these are deposits within your subconscious mind. So each time you learn something, each time you expose yourself to new information, it's never gone. It goes in your subconscious mind, and your subconscious mind will remember that forever. However, with the training of your subconscious mind, you can develop memory strategies and memory tactics that will help you remember these mental deposits that you've been learning. So when you're talking to somebody, you can easily pull out that mental deposit and actually clarify on a better standard on what you're talking about. So the only way to make these mental deposits is to keep exposing yourself to new information. So whether it be kinesthetic learning, which means you're hands-on with the process, you're in tune. So people learn in different ways. So I don't care how you learn, how you gotta do it. Just remember that the more you can learn and apply these mental deposits in your brain, the more you will have mental insurance. So when the time comes around where you have to execute that knowledge, you're going to have these mental deposits within your brain. Now, if you're not willing to learn, if you're willing to stay on the same scale, then you won't have these mental deposits in your brain. So when somebody asks you something, or you're in a situation where you have to use new abilities and new foundations that you never exposed yourself to, or you just don't know how to do, you won't have these mental deposits. It'll say insufficient funds. So it's very important to apply the act of continuous learning. Develop a new skill, develop better habits, because sometimes it's our habits and our own thinking patterns that actually hold us back from becoming our true selves. So we all have habits and thinking patterns that actually self-sabotage us as people. So we have to be very self-aware of our own actions rather than blaming the other person. We have to take full accountability and autonomy over ourselves to be able to direct ourselves in the right direction. But how can we do that if we can't even rewire the way we think? And sometimes we as people can get in denial, right? We can get in denial to a point where the truth about ourselves, it hurts so bad that we have to deny it, right? So that's when you have to go on a spiritual journey. And what I mean by a spiritual journey is the inner work. The inner work is your world, right? So your inner self is your own world. So whatever is going on in the inner side will show in the outside world. So we have to do a self-analyzation on ourselves, an introspection, right? You got to do that first. And then after that, that's when the rewiring of the brain starts to happen. But it's a journey. Once you develop these new habits, that's when you see the change. And it takes 21 days to actually to develop a new neural pathway within your brain. So it takes 21 days to develop a new habit. But once you got it, you got it. But there's a terminology that says if you don't use it, you lose it. So keep training every day. Physically, keep training your body every day. Without a healthy body, you can't have a healthy mind. Without a healthy mind, you can't have a healthy body. And without a healthy spirit, all two of these will fail. So you have to apply the principles of mind, body, and spirit together in unison. You have to integrate these three main components within yourself. Because without one of them, you will collapse. Collapse mentally, physically, and spiritually. What do you have after that? I'm going to tell you what you have after that. You have the external world after that. After all of these three main components collapse, you have the external world. And the external world is what we live in right now, and it's full of distractions, it's full of depression, it's full of fear, it's full of anxiety, it's full of vices that will take your mind off the things that you really need to work on yourself. So they're full of vices like drugs, alcohol addiction, food, processed food that isn't really very conducive to your health at all. But these are distractions. So we have vices to distract us and to actually kill us on the inside in the external world. So when you tap into a more deeper mindset, a more conscious mindset, you start becoming aware of what's going on. And then that's when you start healing your body. You start going on Pacific diets. You start exercising. You start elevating your mind so you don't get caught up in the external world that's made to pull you down and made to keep you sad and depressed, and that is made to keep you addicted to all of these substances that they have available to us in the form of instant gratification. Let's be wise. Let's be leaders. Let's elevate our mind. Let's make these mental deposits within our mind so we can become better people. So we can have that spiritual armor to protect us from the manipulation and control of the external world. So once we become aware of what's going on, right? We become aware of who we are as people. That's when we have full autonomy, and that's when we can make a decision based on our own core values rather than what the media tells us what we're supposed to be like. The media tries to conduct our behavioral patterns and stereotype us and say, no, you're supposed to be like this. You're supposed to act like this. You're supposed to do this. Oh, this is the way you're supposed to act. This is who you are. No, this is not who I am. I know who I am. So once you know who you are, that's when you become a full dangerous person, right? You become dangerous to the point where you cannot be manipulated or controlled. However, you can have the autonomy over yourself to be aware of the manipulation tactics so you can warn other people about them. Because some people are asleep. They don't know about the law of vibration. They don't know about the 12 laws of the universe. They don't know about the esoteric knowledge that has been hidden from us for years. They don't know about the numbers and how each number has a specific vibration. They don't know about numerology, the astrology, how these numbers and our star signs affect our reality in so many different ways. We are living in a spiritual, psychological warfare battle. So if we don't protect ourselves spiritually, mentally, which means psychology, and learning how to show emotional intelligence, empathy, and compassion, we will forever be self-absorbed people that are caught up in the mix, that's in it for itself, not willing to give others anything. You know, we're living in a sense of survival mode, sense of scarcity, right? To the point where, no, it's only me. I'm the only one that's winning. There's not enough for everybody. But when in reality, there's enough for everybody. There's an abundance for everybody. We just got to share what we have been given. We have to serve other people with our gifts. Each and every one of us has a gift that we have to share, that we've been obligated to share by the gift of God Himself. So we are a part of God's reflection. So if we have a gift, let's manifest that gift that God has given us. Let's keep building on top of that gift that God has given us. Even in small increments, every day, let's build on top of that gift. And then when you do experience that gift, when you master that gift, let's share that gift off into the world. Let's put it out into the universe to serve others. Because the more you can serve others with compassion, leadership, humbleness, be a harmonious value to other people. And I'm not talking about halfway doing it. I'm talking about using your full heart in a holistic way to the point where it's going to touch people and touch others around you, and your vibration is going to be high within yourself, and you can vibrate other people to your level with your vibration. So once again, I'm Jackie Terry. This is just a quick tip. Apply these mental deposits in your head and keep learning every day. And once you keep learning every day, use that knowledge and execute that knowledge to become better for yourself. And more importantly, to use that knowledge to serve other people that might need to hear that knowledge, because you never know what a person is going through. So if you're able to spread that knowledge through a YouTube video, or you can even talk to that person, or more importantly, if you could just actively listen to that person, just listen. Don't even give a response, just listen to that person, because sometimes people need somebody to pour out to, right? So if you can just listen and show compassion and be humble in your actions and walk in the way of God, then we can all become better people. I'm Jackie Terry, and I'm out.